This is an EWTN News Link. I'm Anna Mitchell from the Sunrise Morning Show. Hurricane Erin is headed away from the North Carolina coast today. The Category 2 hurricane is about 200 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras, bringing high seas and coastal flooding threats to areas along North Carolina's Outer Banks, where evacuation orders have been in place. And Pope Leo today sent a message to participants in this year's Rimini meeting. Vatican News reports he encouraged them to be peacemakers, and he said, quote, "The ongoing digital revolution risks amplifying discrimination and conflict. It must therefore be inhabited with the creativity of those who, obeying the Spirit, are no longer slaves but children." Then he said the desert becomes a garden, and the city of God, foretold by the saints, transfigures our desolate places. For more news with a Catholic perspective, visit EWTNnews.com. Take 2 with Jerry and Debbie starts now.
Well, hello there, and welcome to Take 2 with Jerry and Debbie. I'm Debbie Georgiani, and Jerry Usher will be back tomorrow. You've got me today. I have you today, and we're going to talk about marriages. That's right. We're going to talk about those marriages that are really struggling today. And so if you have a situation like that in your relationship and you just feel like, I don't know, something just doesn't seem right, it's starting to crumble, I feel like my marriage might be falling apart. We're going to ask you to call in today. You can give another name, like your confirmation name, your middle name, a name that you wish we would call you, and that's fine. But we really do need the details so we can help support your marriage today by prayer and by resources and maybe with some conversation. So if you feel like this show is for you today, it speaks right to you, you have something to say, then you're in the car, pull over safely to the side of the road, or you're doing one of your errands or chores, please stop what you're doing and make this phone call, because Matt is ready to answer your call about your marriage. 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. I have been a life coach for over 20 years. So we do have the life coaching ministry, Stand Tall. You can find us at standtalltoday.com. And we are crisis coaches. We do marriage coaching. So it's right there. A lot of 11 or 12 of us now. Dr. David Anders is one of our coaches. Just amazing group of coaches willing to help marriages, support marriages, keep marriages together, and really just be there. To make sure that we can keep the demons at bay, right? Keep the demons away from your marriage, because we know that the demons are after your marriage and family. We know that. So we've got to provide the absolute encouragement and support and counsel and all sorts of things we can do to sustain and keep your marriage tight and keep it protected. So if you feel like your marriage is falling apart, I'm going to ask you to call in and give us some of the details so you can help other souls today. We can talk about it. We can start today to make your marriage better. That's right. We can start today. 833-288-EWTN is the number to call. 833-288-3986. If you are not Catholic and your marriage is falling apart, or it's starting to crumble, call in. You're part of the family. We'll happily help you. 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. Like I said, Matt is on the phones. Michael is at the controls. Ace is on social media. I'm waving to everybody. Hi, guys. And you can put your comments, your stories in the chats right there about your marriage and how it's doing. If your marriage is functioning well, then share that. Don't hold back. Okay, we need to know that marriages are doing good, and they're functioning well, and they're solid, and they have Christ at the center of their marriage. That is very important. So you can drop it in the chats, or you can email us, take2@ewtn.com. That's the email, or you can text us. We have a very convenient way for you to reach us and give us your input on this topic. Text the letters EWTN to 58177. You wait for our response. Then you text us your first name and give us your marriage story, and just know that message and data rates may apply. It's a very convenient feature, so we love the texting, and Ace will pick those up and send them over to us. But like I said, Michael's got the phone lines open, so we'd like to hear how your marriage is doing, okay? Maybe your marriage already fell apart. Maybe it's done. You guys filed for divorce. It's over, and now you're trying to pick up the pieces. Call in, okay? There's things you can even do now to really help start to heal the family. So let's really and truly have this real deep discussion on this. The title of the show is "My Marriage is Falling Apart," or maybe it's just starting to fall apart, or maybe you just feel like it's about to fall apart. Call in and you'll see that you will feel different. Hopefully you'll feel much better after this show, this episode, and the call that you put into us, and we had a nice conversation. 833-288 EWTN, 833-288-3986. And we put this on the calendar on purpose right in this particular day because tomorrow is all about relationships. Okay, and so I feel really good about that. So if anybody's left on the line, you can actually call back tomorrow and continue the discussion, because it's all about relationships tomorrow. So we did that on purpose to make sure we gave ample time. So like 2 hours, right? Today and tomorrow, all about relationships. So it's very important we allow you to tell your story, and as best you can. You got to kind of give us the Reader's Digest version. I will tell you that, because we can't spend the entire show with one call, because lots of people are waiting, and so we have to move it along. So I want to be very respectful, give you enough time to share your story and what's going wrong and what's going on with your marriage, and we can go from there. 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986 is the number to call. Lots of resources. I just gave you our coaching ministry, standtalltoday.com. There's Catholic counselors. The Pop Checks do a fabulous job, catholiccounselors.com. There's the Alexander House, Greg and Julie Alexander, the alexanderhouse.org. Helpourmarriage.org, helpourmarriage.org. That's Retrovi. That's if your marriage is just about ready to head towards a divorce, then you want to go to Retrovi. It's a very great program. If it's not there yet and you're just kind of seeing the cracks in the foundation, then Marriage Encounter, marriageencounter.org. Lots of resources, lots of books out there. Dr. Ray's got great books. I mean, there's so many opportunities for you to help your marriage now. Don't wait for your marriage to completely be torn apart, to completely be dismantled. Don't do that. If you think there's a problem, there probably is an issue. So work on it now. It's very important that we definitely put that time and effort into working on our marriages and really protecting what Marty and I call that marital bubble, right? You want to protect that marital bubble. So please call in and share your story. 833-288 EWTN, 833-288-3986. A couple people called in, dropped off, so call back, please. When I come back, just a brief break here. When I come back, I'll get to Michael and the others. I'd love for you to join the conversation. We're talking about marriages that are starting to crumble today. If you know one or you are in one, please call in. What you have to say can help many souls today. I'll be right back.
This is Father Thomas Loya. Join me as I explore the rites of the Eastern Catholic Churches on Light of the East, Sunday morning, 11:30 Eastern on EWTN Radio.
Don't wait another minute. Now is the time to make your plans to attend the EWTN Family Celebration. Saturday, August 30th is the day. Tyson's Corner, Virginia is the place. And this year's theme, In the One, We Are One. It's your chance to meet your favorite Catholic personalities. Dr. Ray Garendi, EWTN News' Catherine Hadro. And we'll have family talk with the Franciscan Friars. Don't miss our special Pope Leo XIV Roundtable with Montse Alvarado and and EWTN's Interregnum team. We'll have Holy Mass and confession and more. And you can shop for holy reminders at EWTN Religious Catalog. And the kids can have fun learning about their faith at the EWTN Kids Booth. The EWTN Family Celebration, August 30th at Capital One Hall in Tysons Corner, Virginia. Register today at EWTN.com/family celebration.
Celebrate a nun like no other. Join us in honoring EWTN's beloved foundress, Mother Angelica, and her remarkable life, words, works, and remembrances. Visit EWTN.com/Mother Angelica today.
Celebrating the precious gift of life.
This is EWTN Radio.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. We're talking about marriages today, and if your marriage is starting to feel like it's really difficult, it's very hard to go day by day with this person, and it's just the fighting is there, the arguing, the bickering, there's some resentment, there's some silence. The silent treatment, that's not good. And you just feel like your marriage is just not working well. Please call in and share your story. You can give your confirmation name, another name to protect your privacy. We understand that. But the number is 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. Or maybe your marriage was struggling and now it's doing great, and you want to share how you were able to get through those difficult times and now you have a much better relationship. We need to hear that as well. We're going to get to Michael. Hold on, Michael. I just wanted to share that EWTN Radio is all over social media. All your favorite programs are available right now. Check us out on X at EWTN Radio. And just remember, EWTN is everywhere. Yes, it is. Okay, Michael in Boston, Massachusetts is our first caller from the Station of the Cross. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the program.
Hi there. How are you? Thank you so much for all you do. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Michael. Right back at you. Go right ahead.
And yeah, I wanted to say that, just how blessed I have been because of EWTN, and it saved my marriage and my family. About probably, going back 20 years, I moved out, and marriage was crumbling. And sorry.
No, that's okay.
But I learned that through EWTN that my purpose in as a father, as a husband, and my vows, so I realized a higher purpose, and to get my wife to heaven, my children, myself, and she would be the vehicle for which I would get to heaven, and I ended up moving back in. She let me back in, and we're still, together as the family's together, and it's not perfect, but it's God's marriage, her and I and God, and so we're it's just been a beautiful journey, that there is beauty on the other side of it, and thanks be to God for that we persevere. And she perseveres for me, and I persevere for her, and for the better of the world. And so I just wanted to say that for everybody who is struggling, that there is a better place, that is out on the end of it if we do persevere in prayer and bring God into it, because without that, it's lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're just our own selves, and we get lost easily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Michael, I have to say this, just hearing the emotion behind your words about your marriage. Thank you so much for fighting for your marriage. Thank you. Many men, I know this from being in life coaching, many men give up. They see that exit door, they walk out, or the wife gets exhausted. She can't do it anymore. And she just says, I'm done. She throws her hands up and she says, I'm done. But you fought for your marriage, and you realized you needed to make some adjustments, and you need to probably reprioritize and to really look at how your marriage is set up. And you made the comment that EWTN helped in that to help you understand your sacrament of marriage better, about what it means for the two people to journey together to get to heaven, to get each other to heaven, and how there's a lot of sacrifice in marriage and it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. It's worth it because if the end result is that we all make it to heaven, then it's worth it. And so you fought for your marriage. And I want to also commend your wife for being so open to take another look at it and to stay together. So you've got so many good things going there, Michael, and you realize it because you can hear it in your voice. And so I just want to say thank you, sir, for sharing with the world that it is important to fight for marriages.
We were married outside the church. And as you grow in faith, as you realize, what God is doing, you know that it has to be a sacrament, that it is a sacrament. I mean, it is, and so we were, finally married in the church, in 2022. And that was just an amazing thing,
Right.
So that was just a miracle, actually. God he's a God of miracles, and so that's right. I just wanted to add that.
Beautiful. And I loved how you used the word persevere. Such a strong word. That's what we need to do. I know that so many times that exit sign in the marriage looks so attractive, so appealing, right? People are like, it's much easier just to let go. But no, it's much better, and it's on the road to holiness to persevere. And you nailed it, Michael. God bless you. I'm so glad your marriage is a sacramental marriage where you're living out those graces, and you and your beautiful wife are together in this. That is wonderful. I put you both in the book. You don't have to give us her first name if you don't want to, if you want to remain private, or you can. I put your marriage in our prayer book. So just know that, okay?
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Michael. God bless you. Thank you for calling in today. We really appreciate it. Okay, so if you want to share about your marriage, how it's doing, we really want to know so we can help and we can support your marriage. Maybe it's starting to fall apart. Maybe it's starting to crumble. You see the cracks in the foundation and it's really bothering you. It's exhausting you, right? It's just making you so tired and it's draining. Would you please call in and let's talk about it? There's help out there, you guys. And here's the number, 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. Let's go to Rose, and Rose is in New York listening on the Station of the Cross. Hi, Rose. Welcome to the program.
Oh, hi, Debbie. I just wanted to call in and talk. You asked how's my marriage doing. Mm-hmm. Not great. Hasn't been for a very long time. And I've done what I feel is my due diligence to do everything I can for myself. I Catholics and non-Catholics alike have given me a ton of advice. I've been doing a continuous Undoer of Knots novena since last June. Pray the rosary every night. I go to confession frequently. I am as kind as I can be to my husband when I'm able to. I hold my boundaries when I'm able to. I don't know. I've been in counseling for a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. And he's also in law enforcement, so that complicates it. And he's also a functioning alcoholic, I guess they would call it. Mm-hmm. So it makes it 10 times harder, of course. Mm-hmm. And, and we have 4 little kids, so that's also very difficult. So I guess I called and I just told the screener I'm just tired. Today feels like a hard day. It just feels like a difficult day, and I let a lot of things go. I just listened to Mother Angelica, live classics they play every day on the Station of the Cross, and I listened, and she talked about what is love yesterday, and I really listened to that, and it just keeps playing in my head, forgive 70 times 7, 70 times 7. Mm-hmm. So every time he says something or does something that hurts me, I'm like, forgive 70 times 7. Forgive. It's okay. It's eventually he's going to come around, and I am happy to say that he decided on his own a couple of weeks ago to go cold turkey. and quit alcohol. But I had hoped that he might be a little bit nicer by now, but I know it's only been a couple weeks and he's not doing the internal work in addition to quitting alcohol. So I'm just praying for that he sees that understands the realization, comes to the realization that he has to do the internal work too, especially for his children as well. He's very emotionally disconnected and has been for a long time, years. I mean, my kids don't even ask him to get them a drink because I'm like, well, Dad is right there, things like that. And it's not, and I know that it's not his intention to be that way and that he doesn't want to be that way. And I know that he wants to be a good dad. So I guess I just ask for continue to pray for us. I ask the priest all the time to pray for us. I go get prayed over. I do a lot of things.
Okay.
So I'm just tired today.
I can hear it. And I grabbed my heart a couple times, and I'm sure that the social media groups can see me do that. My heart hurts for you, Rose. My heart hurts for you. Okay, because you're doing all the right things. You're forgiving, you're praying, you're taking care of the family, you're trying to really stick it out and stay in there and work on this relationship. And he obviously has issues. You said he's in law enforcement, so I'm sure he's got tremendous amount of stress. I'm sure he does. And that's probably not a good thing for a person that's dealing with issues. And then you said he was a functioning alcoholic, but he decided to go cold turkey. So that's going to be a jolt to his system. Okay. You're right. If he's not getting the necessary interior help, that could be problematic. It may be short-lived. The success of that, the sobriety. So, I mean, you don't know. And you're right. He does there's something deep inside of him that is not right. It's hurting, and you're absolutely spot on that he needs to fix it. The one thing that the only thing that I can share with you based on what you said, but before first I want to ask you this: you're not in any type of physical danger, right? There's
no.
Okay,
absolutely
all right, good.
not.
Okay.
No, that's one of my boundaries. I went through my therapist had suggested that there has to be some absolutes that you will absolutely not put up with, and that's one of them. If he ever put his hands on me or one of our children, and he has not and does not, it's mostly just, he can't really handle a lot of stress. He can't really handle much other than very basic going to work, coming home.
Right. So maybe a short patience, a short fuse.
Oh, very short. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then Rose, you don't need me to tell you this. You probably heard it a million times from your therapist. It's not about you. It's not about you.
No, it's not.
So don't absorb it, Rose. Don't absorb it. And I can hear it in your voice that you're absorbing it, because that's what a mother and a wife does. Okay, we're like sponges. I know, but so the only way to try not to is to build yourself up, Rose. Build yourself up, mind, body, and spirit. So get enough rest.
Okay.
Yes, get enough rest. Make sure you get enough activities for you to feel like you're being cared for, self-care, Rose, and also to obviously you're doing the beautiful work in your spiritual life. But Rose, keep reminding yourself it's not about you. I promise you it's not. I've done this for over 20 years. And your story that you just shared, I've heard this so many times. And it's so unfortunate because the person that gets hurt the worst is a spouse, right? That takes it all in and absorbs it and somehow thinks there's something they can do different that's going to make this person happier or more content. It's all about, they need to do their own work. He needs to do his own work on himself. And so the good news is you've got a big prayer team around you now. I put you in the book, and you've got prayers galore because that's what we believe in. And I'm sure it sounds like you got a great support system around you that you're going to talk to. Just know that we're going to pray for you to have an abundance of energy so you can take care of Rose first and then take care of the kids. Got it?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you feel that surge of energy. You're going to feel it, Rose, because everybody's praying. So when you feel it, and then you keep that smile, keep that giggle, and know that it's not about you. And please let us know when things start to turn in a permanent direction, if he continues this road of giving up alcohol, he's running to alcohol for some reason, to comfort something. So yeah, we just have to figure out what that is, and hopefully he'll come to the realization that he needs to work on himself. And then I can assure you that once people start to work on themselves, they realize that the people around them that stayed with them, they need to really love them and make up for all the years that they missed out. So that's what we're going to pray for, that he realizes everything, and then you and the kids end up starting to.
Because I love him, and I know that he'll be okay someday, and he deserves to be okay.
Right. Well, you're a good soul for sticking it out. You really are. But you also need to take care of yourself too. I can't stress it enough. It's not selfish. It's self-preservation. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Rose,
good.
keep us posted. Thank you so much for trusting us today, and we love you very much.
You.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. Okay. Prayers are ready for Rose. I got them. The alerts are going off like crazy. Everybody's praying for Rose. Okay, I'm going to say hello to Teresa because she's a first-time caller. But then, Teresa, I can only say hello and say you're a first-time caller from Dallas, Texas on the Guadalupe Radio Network. And then I got to put you on hold because we're going to a break. But I didn't want you to hang up because you're a first-time caller. So hi, Teresa.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you calling in. And in just a couple seconds, you're going to hear the music, and we're going to take a break. And Teresa, as soon as I come back from this short break, I'm going to get back to you, and you're going to share your story, and maybe you can help another soul today, and the others that are right behind you that are waiting to get on air with us, Luke and the others coming in pretty quickly. We're talking about, so Teresa, hang on. We're talking about marriages today. And if your marriage is starting to crumble, it's starting to feel like, things are really breaking down, the relationship, the conversation, the communication, please call in 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. When I come back, we'll pick up with Teresa in Dallas, Texas, and hear her story and the others as well. But you can join them right now by making your call. I'll be right back.
Join Archbishop Jose Gomez in sharing the good news.
Jesus wants you to grow and prosper, to use talents and energies to change lives and change the world. He created you to do beautiful things for your life. When we reflect on the communion of saints, it's beautiful. The young people that the church has recognized, they love Jesus. And they love life, and they live life to the fullest. God wants each one of us to have a blessed life, filled with love and family and friends. He wants you to share every step of your journey with Him. And He wants you to make your own unique contribution to the kingdom He's building here on earth. You put your life in the hands of Jesus, your life will become a beautiful adventure and road that leads to heaven.
Visit lacatholics.org to find ways to connect with our faith community in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles.
Take Two with Jerry and Debbie is on YouTube. Search YouTube to find the EWTN YouTube channel so you'll never miss an episode of our show or any of your favorite EWTN radio shows.
It's the freshest, cleanest, best-smelling James the Less ever. Yes, he can dance.
It's little. I prefer James.
But can he become Catholic?
My world has sort of been turned upside down, and I'm starting to like it.
Ooh. An all-new season of James the Less, streaming now at EWTN.com/JamesTheLess.
Hi, this is Janet Benkovic-Williams. Please join us for Women of Grace tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern here on EWTN Radio. Now, back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Okay, we're talking about marriages that are struggling today, or if you want to share how you got through those tough times and how you did it, we'd love to hear about it. So all you have to do is call in 833-288-3986. We do have full phone lines, so I'll get to everybody as quick as I can. But I wanted to just share congratulations and a shout out going out to another great EWTN radio partner celebrating 6 years with us, WNLK. 1350 AM and 103.9 FM serves Norwalk, Connecticut and the vicinity. Congratulations to Steve Lee and his team at Veritas Catholic Network from your friends here at EWTN. I occasionally get to host their pledge drives. I love the fine folks at Veritas Catholic Network doing a great job, Steve Lee and the team. Amazing. Okay, back to Teresa, first-time caller from Dallas, Texas, listening on Guadalupe Radio Network. Teresa, so sorry I had to interrupt the introduction, but we went to break, but now you have plenty of time to tell your story. Go right ahead.
Hello. I am a stay-at-home mom of 5 children. I homeschooling them, so it's a plenty of work. Mm-hmm. But my husband also works outside the house, and for some context, he has a disease that is an autoimmune, and he's in pain pretty much all the time. And I think that is part of the issue. Whenever he comes home for the first couple of maybe half an hour, he's happy to see us and welcome us and things like that, no? But after a while, he gets really critical of us, everything. Wherever we put stuff, he gets like really critical. Mm-hmm. It's like it makes me feel that I'm not doing enough, and the kids are not doing enough. They are not approaching him for things because he's all the time angry, or I don't know. He has a lot of anger issues, I think. He's not abusive in any way, but just anger all the time. So mm-hmm. much so that, it's like getting a toll on my mental health. I either put myself down, like just be quiet, listen to him, and kind of trying to ignore him, and or getting very defensive and angry as well. So I really want to have a perspective, because I think over the years it's been escalating. Mm-hmm. So I'm worried about my marriage in a way,
Teresa, have you shared this with him, that exactly what you just said to us, that, he comes home, you realize he's in this constant pain, physical pain, and then he's trying hard at the first half hour to be really happy and kind to the family, but then obviously the pain is there, and so he's obviously sharing that, or he has a lack of patience, or he's kind of doesn't have the time to deal with the family. Have you ever shared that with him, that you've noticed that this is a pattern with him?
Yes, actually, I think we have a really fair. I think it's good that he has another perspective. I think we have a good communication. We mm-hmm. every night sit down and talk about things, and I am very direct about what is going on. He has a really good spiritual life. I think he's dealing with that pain better because of it. Mm-hmm. I see him getting worse with the patient stuff. So things that we are doing is praying together at night, the rosary, things like that. And I sign him up, force him to a silent retreat soon. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to do, because he insists. I think he is the one insisting that we may need couples therapy or some person that maybe see the situation objectively, mm-hmm. but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely pursue all the resources that you can do as a couple, like with coaching or counseling or going to those retreats, like you said, a silent retreat. But here's the thing, just for you to go day by day, because that's going to be hard on you and the kids. Like, you can anticipate that you're going to have him only for a short amount of time, that he's going to be engaged and in a good mood. And then he turns, because he's dealing with this chronic pain, this pain, the physical pain that he's in. That happens a lot. Okay. When a spouse is dealing with a physical issue, they will try their hardest to do their best until they just feel sick inside, in the sense that everything hurts. They're not feeling good. So they just don't have the bandwidth to deal with anyone else. And so ultimately what happens is, because they're frustrated inside because they're not feeling good, they end up somehow taking it out on family members. Okay. And so it happens quite frequently. We hear this a lot in coaching. And so what needs to happen is exactly what you're doing. I love that you're praying together. I love that you're communicating this, and I love that you understand it, and you understand that it's not about you and the children. It's about your husband being in a lot of pain and he's not dealing with it well. And so I would definitely pursue those resources like CatholicCounselors.com. Go, you can come to us for coaching, whatever works, whatever you feel comfortable doing. There's all sorts of programs like, Marriage Encounter or helpourmarriage.org, which is Retrovi. That's for very serious situations where the marriages are about ready to end in divorce. But I would definitely pursue these programs, and I'm sure you've got a lot in the Dallas area. I'm positive of it because you've got very active parishes in the Dallas area. So pursue many opportunities for you and your husband, not just one. Get a support group around you to help him manage this pain so he doesn't bring it into the household. Okay, there's got to be a plan in place for him to manage this pain so it doesn't get pushed on you and the kids. Okay, and that's very doable. It's very possible. If he's willing to work at it, you can make this be something that you can work through so that he's still going to be in physical pain because he's not feeling good, but he's going to learn the techniques on what he can and can't do with regards to coming into his family, because it's not fair for you and the kids to have to suffer in that way. Does that make sense to you? So you're doing all the right things. Keep doing it. Okay. Get those resources around you. And if he's open, keep encouraging him to go to these programs or counseling so that he can learn to manage this better so he doesn't take it out on you and the kids. What do you say?
Oh my goodness. It seems like a dream that he won't be out of pain, to be honest with you. That is a disease that is progressing and is not going to stop unless a miracle happens. But it seems like a dream that he can manage to stay with pain and maybe not being so critical.
Oh yeah. No, there's many ways to do it, Teresa. I work with couples all the time that they have a chronic illness and they're in a ton of pain all day long. And there's certain things they can do and can't do when they engage with the family, and they know what they are capable of handling. And it's really just putting them on a plan so they can have just effective communication and positive communication, but at their level of what they can handle. So it is possible. You just have to find the right coaches and counselors to help you with that, Teresa. But keep pursuing it. You're on the right track, okay? And we're going to be praying for you and your husband and your beautiful family. Thank you so much for trusting us with this story. You're going to feel those prayers, so be looking for those resources, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. That was a great call, and I think that story helped a lot of souls today, so thank you, Teresa. We're going to go to Luke in Fort Worth, Texas, on our friends on the Guadalupe radio. Oh, Luke is on the free app. Okay, hi, Luke. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to share really quickly my story because I'm here at work. But I got married with my wife very young, and we got married, and then we had a child really quickly, and then we had another one right after. And so I feel like we've dated for a long time, but we didn't really, when you get married and you kind of live with somebody, it's totally different. Through that relationship and dynamic, it was like extremely hard. And we got close to point. We were immature, I guess you could say. We hadn't fully, and it took almost 8 years of marriage to finally just
settle in,
get something that. Oh, come again?
I said settle into a rhythm,
a
routine.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Our boys were pretty much in the center of everything, and then we were knuckleheads. But I will say, I'm gonna praise our mother church, it was there for us when we needed it. And, she was a little bit more spiritual than I was. And, we were having trouble. I think what snapped us into place was like the reality of like kids in school and seeing like how much kids need their parents and unity too. And then we were getting ready for my son's first communion. The church that we go to had a requirement to go to retreat as a married couple. And so we were like, oh, it's going to be the, kind of what we grew up with. We were cradle Catholics. And then we went, they separated men and women, and they were right out, just like, men, you're married sacramentally. Like, your vocation is your wife. Your vocation is to bring your family to heaven. And that just hit me so hard. Because here I am, like I was already trying to be better to my family, for my kids. We had sent my kids to Catholic school. I was kind of, trying to understand like what a novena was for. And I also, Saint Therese, her novena was the first one that I kind of picked up and really went all in and understood. And I really want to say like her little way helped me find my way to the church that we're at, the school that we're at. And, but yeah, that retreat kind of like, it gave me like what I needed. And
it refocused
my wife
you.
was in the other,
my
wife was in the other room, and me and her regrouped, and we're like, yeah, we have to like, this is it. Like, we have to surrender. We have to do a surrender first, to Christ. And, we got to understand that we're, it's a vocation to each other. And that's one thing that I, when I meet people at the church, my wife and I and our kids were very involved with our church, my son's altar serve. And so that helped us like to get to church 20 minutes earlier, because we used to get to church late, and now we go 20 minutes early, pray a rosary together. And then the boys, they altar serve. And then like our boys can be example to kids at their Catholic school. And so through, our church and through the vocation of, marriage, I think that's one thing that people need to understand is marriage isn't just you're getting married, you're committing a new life, you're going to build a house together, you're going to, it is part of it, but there's a bigger picture, and then not to be scared of surrendering yourself, right? Because that word is so, it kind of is scary, because, but once you understand, that our life is to be back with God, like we're working towards that, like when you start to surrender and you start to see the Holy Spirit work in your life, it's so beautiful. And I try to tell my siblings who, they're away from the church, and it will, and sometimes the changes, they will kind of freak you out, like, because you're not used to yourself being so spiritual, but not to be afraid of it, embrace it and love it. And if you have a wife that's willing to listen and also Catholic, it's just going to help with everything. It makes everything so much better.
Well, you have those abundant graces. You have those abundant graces available to you and your wife. And so you and your wife are tapping into those graces. When you go 20 minutes ahead of Mass and you and your wife are praying together, I just got chills as I said this, for the Holy Spirit. When you and your wife are praying together, and you are in that beautiful sacrament of marriage, right? You are becoming receptive. You are receiving those graces, those gifts. So it's just an abundance that helps you continue on with this relationship, this day-to-day relationship. So it's amazing. And we don't ask for enough graces in our marriage, our sacrament of matrimony. We don't ask for enough graces in this sacrament. That's why it's so important to be married in the church, because those graces are available for us, and the only way we can really tap into them is if we're able to receive them. If we put up the blocks, and God is continually giving us these free gifts, but we're blocking them. It's like somebody you see in a sporting event where they're trying to block, the ball from getting into the goal, right? They're blocking it. They're trying to deflect it. They're trying to get it off. That's what we're doing subconsciously when we are not living out our marriage as as a sacrament, and it's really important that you tap into it early. Luke, you're doing that. You did that. You did the hard work, the surrender work. You did the understanding that marriage is a sacrifice. You did you worked on the understanding that it's to get to heaven. So now you've opened up those channels so the graces can pour in to your marriage. So way to go, Luke. That is awesome. And that's the reason why we tell everybody, don't just go and have a destination wedding and get married, or go to Vegas and have a Vegas wedding. Really do things the right way so that you can enter into that sacrament of matrimony in the proper way to open up all of those avenues of graces. What do you say, Luke?
Yeah, amen to that. Yeah, and I definitely try to spread that, what you're saying to other people, and especially younger couples and people getting ready. Next month, I'm actually going to go back to that retreat and help out. I don't know to what extent, but I'm happy to help out. Like I said, we've grown in the church and even our kids. But yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah. No, thank you. We so appreciate you sharing your story. This is so important. And Luke, I put you and your beautiful wife in our prayer book. So just know more graces through these prayers are coming your way. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luke. Have a beautiful day, rest of your day at work. Okay, Rita is up next. We're going to stay in the great state of Texas today. Rita in San Antonio, Texas on Guadalupe Radio Network. Hi, Rita. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. You go right ahead.
That's my first time calling. And, I'm actually dealing with an emotional absent husband. His background is military. We have lived in many places throughout Europe, here in San Antonio, about 12 years. And so since my husband is for about 10 years on medications, it has kind of become very, his behavior has become more aggressive. He's very emotional absent. We don't have really a good communication because anytime we have a communication, he gets very frustrated, angry, because he wants to make his point and has a lack of empathy or trying to understand my feelings if I want to share something with him. He doesn't understand many times when I explain him something about our children, he gets angry, frustrated, and it's like I'm babysitting them. So he even gets very explosive many times. And if things don't go his way, so that to the point that he also has become so angry that I was kind of afraid because he was coming after me. And so he ignores my feeling when I want to talk to him. My son has great wounds, and he also gets upset because he doesn't talk to him or doesn't answer his text messages. And then we get an argument because of that. Mm-hmm. And his understanding is he's not understanding how wounded my son is and that he wants a present father. Mm-hmm. But he sees it a different way. He thinks that we all need to change. We have been to retrovirals. We have to be love strong. So I have taken him to a couple of retreats. But the minute we come home, everything kind of stays there. Mm-hmm. He's very joyful over there. But the minute we come home, it's just it was just okay, we had a good time, and that was it. The minute we come home, it's just
right.
The way he deals with everything is he shuts down. Mm-hmm. He goes in his room, and then he can go on for weeks without talking to us.
Sure.
And that is emotional, really draining for me. And sometimes I don't know what to do anymore.
Right. Rita, can he get any counseling at the VA? Is there any opportunities there for him?
Yeah, I think he was in counseling, but it's just I think it's just he's not opening to change like himself, because he thinks we all need to change.
Yeah.
And we have been to counseling before, and he has walked out.
Yeah, he's struggling with things internally. Yeah, that you're in a difficult position, I will tell you, because it sounds like he's set in his ways, and he's gonna continue this path. But the thing that you said that kind of concerns me is, please make sure that you are safe. You're not in any type of physical harm, because that's very important, Rita. Your children need you. So please make sure that you are safe. That's something that the church is very clear about, that people, if you're in any type of danger like that, you've got to protect yourself, and if need be, separate yourself from the situation. Okay, God does not want you to be in that type of physical harm if it ever rises to that level, or any of that type of abuse that rises to that can really hurt somebody, physically or in a deep way. So just keep that in mind, that you really are called to protect yourself. Okay, so that's important. But the thing about it is, it sounds like he's got a lot of issues, maybe serving in the military and what he has seen or what he has been through. So you've got a lot you're dealing with. The good news is he was open to going to Retrovi. He is open to going to some of these programs. Maybe when he's feeling in a good mood, or when he's open, you can gently encourage him for maybe another counselor or another program, because maybe you just have to keep doing it until something really speaks to his heart that he needs to make those necessary changes, or he needs to continue on with some kind of personal counseling, deep, intense counseling to help him through his issues. But again, like I said to Rose and to Teresa and the others, it's not about you. I know it's still painful, because it's our spouse and it's our family that is getting hurt, but it's not about you. People need to work on themselves. And if they're unwilling to work on themselves, you have a problem situation there. So what I would do is, when he is open, and when you have an opportunity, very gently keep encouraging him to have that kind of self-discovery place for himself, of understanding himself better and how he reacts to people and how he relates to people, especially with your son. So I've seen miracles when people are open. I can tell you that. In coaching, I have seen miracles when people are open. If he is completely shut down and closed, well, we have to keep praying and turn it over to God, and really pray for that open time for him to turn around and want to get help. But Rita, you keep very gently moving in that direction of getting yourself stronger. Okay, you, your son, your family, get yourself stronger, and remember, this is not about you. He's dealing with a lot of issues. So sometimes when you can remove the emotion from it, it's not as painful. It doesn't sting as much. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Believe me, you're not alone. There's a lot of marriages just like yours. So we're praying, and I put you and your husband in the book. Let us know when you get some forward movement in that area, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you. Okay, real quickly, I wanted to share, this is Podcast Central. Is this for kids? It's Podcast Central's home is this for kids? And it's got an exclamation point. So it is for kids. It's your go-to spot for navigating the wild world of parenting in the digital age. Everything from movies to money matters, online content to tricky topics like consent, to help you decide when to shelter your kids and when to shepherd them through the chaos. You can hear this and other faith-filled podcasts at EWTN Podcast Central. Visit EWTN.com/podcast today. Okay, real quickly, we're going to get to Kay in Texas on the EWTN app. Kay, you literally have a minute, but I want to share something with you, Kay, and Samuel in Kansas. Tomorrow is our All About Relationships show. I made notes on your situation, Kay, and Samuel in Kansas. If you guys want to call back tomorrow, we will push you to the front of the line. You will have plenty of time to tell your story, and we can continue this conversation. But real quickly, Kay, how are you doing? It sounds like you're pretty emotional.
I get emotional when I'm speaking, but I'm doing, by the grace of God, I'm doing well.
Okay.
Just God has been really good to my children and I, and So he has always been present there. He has been our provider, and but now as they're all three in college, it's just I'm in another stage in my life where I've been busy raising them and supporting them, and I'm still going to be busy for the rest of my life with that. But it's different because they're
okay.
grown-ups now.
Right. Okay,
Yes.
so Kay, you have a fantastic story for us to unpack layer by layer. There's so much here. So you hear the music. I'm going to ask if you can please, Kay, from Texas, call back tomorrow. You'll be the first one to tell your story. Same with Samuel. You'll be right behind Kay in Texas. Samuel on Catholic Radio Network. Please call back. There's a lot to talk about when your kids go off to school. What do we do now as parents? There's more about relationship issues. That's all going to come up tomorrow. So please, guys, call back tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Kay. We'll continue to talk. Or if you want to go offline, you can always email me, take2@EWTN.com. Thank you, Michael and Ace and Matt. You did a great job. Thank you to all the affiliates. Until tomorrow, have a beautiful and blessed day. We'll see you real soon.
The most original Catholic content is on EWTN Radio.
On EWTN News In Depth, President Trump hosts separate meetings with Ukraine and Russia. The leader of America's Ukrainian Catholic Church responds. Plus, Father Mike Schmitz reflects on 21